Just moments ago, former Congresswoman and convicted felon Corrine Brown left the federal courthouse where she is pursuing her appeal, trying to clear her name. As she arrived this morning, escorted by Reverend Jesse Jackson, she spoke for a moment with Channel 4's Jim Piggott.
Are you hopeful today?
Prayerful.
Prayerful?
The 12-term House Democrat was found guilty in May of taking money raised for One Door for Education for herself and lying on tax and financial disclosure forms.
And today, her attorney began laying out his case for why her conviction on 18 federal mail, wire, and tax fraud charges should be thrown out, or that she should be given a new trial. Channel 4's Jim Piggott and Ethan Calloway were both there for Brown's return to court. We begin with Jim, who was in the courtroom for the hearing. Jim.
You know, this just ended, as you had mentioned, and walking out with Corrine Brown was Reverend Jesse Jackson. He did most of the talking as they left today, very soft-spoken, but saying that they behind Corrine Brown in all of this. Then her attorney also spoke a little bit about these motions and saying that they're hopeful that Judge Corrigan will do the right thing. Kind of want to go over some of the motions with you that happened. There were two motions. One was for an acquittal for a new trial. In that, we saw that this is what Brown's attorney was arguing, that there was no evidence of any criminal mischief, and therefore they think that she should be acquitted. Also, they're saying there was no conspiracy between Brown and the others involved, Ronnie Simmons and the others with the charity involved as well. And they were saying that she was just guilty by association because of her association with Carla Wiley, because of her association with Ronnie Simmons. And they also said the government never proved that she was a thief or a liar, which is said that would have to come out of all of this. Now, the prosecution, on the other hand, though, is basically saying the donors in this case, they were never told that Corrine Brown would receive any of the money. They also said it was clear that she hid her financial statements that were required, at least for the federal governments. That was on the argument for acquittal. Now, joining me live now is Rhonda Peoples-Waters, an attorney who's been following this, not associated with the case. But there was also a motion here today to have a new trial. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What happened?
Absolutely. Well, first we heard from Corrine Brown's defense team on that motion for new trial. And of course, their argument is that even though juror number 13 made this statement about the Holy Spirit, the question is whether or not that disrupted his ability to be fair and impartial and follow the law. And they went through his transcript testimony and said, yes, he recognizes that. They also said that we talk about when the jurors are sworn in, you say, so can God help you? So you're already mentioning God in this process. So there's no problem with mentioning him, but does he control what you do? And that is the question before the judge.
You know, I thought it was interesting the judge was talking about he wanted to make sure if he did the right thing in dismissing the juror and reminding the viewers that juror was dismissed because of religious, what you said, that he got the message from a higher power that Corrine was innocent.
Right.
Now, the judge said he just wants to make sure he did the right thing. Is that what this is all about?
Absolutely, it is. And if you remember, the government gave their side of things, and then the judge interrupted the government and said, well, listen, I want to make sure you put on the record why you think I did the right thing. And I can tell you the government really didn't add much to their prior argument.
Very good. So we don't know a decision yet. It's going to be issued in writing at a later date. We're live from the federal courthouse. Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Jim. A handful of supporters gathered outside the courthouse for the former Congresswoman. They spoke to Channel 4's Ethan Calloway, who's joining us live downtown. Ethan.
Really enjoyed a lot of support from her constituents, many of her constituents, and people throughout the community. Some of those, as you mentioned, were here today. They spoke to me about why they felt motivated to be here, as they have been throughout this process for her. They say they really feel she's gotten a raw deal here. They do not believe she is guilty of the accusations, of the charges, and they say they really just want her to know when she comes into this courthouse to see them here that she does have that support in the community. You could argue one of her biggest supporters, definitely one of her most high-profile supporters, is the Reverend Jesse Jackson. He was here with her today, walking in side by side into the courthouse, speaking briefly just a few moments ago as they exited the courthouse. Here's some of what he had to say.
So the judge is very respectful and very sensitive. He raises questions for clarity. One gets the impression that the judge is being thoughtful and deliberative, and so all we can do is now wait for the next stage of this battle. And there will be a battle, and it's a battle because Corrine Brown has served so many people so faithfully. This courthouse is built because of Corrine Brown's work.
And of course, the Reverend Jackson, along with her supporters in the community, all hoping for the same thing, that she will be granted that retrial or an acquittal. Of course, we will keep you posted. For now, we are live at the federal courthouse downtown. Ethan Calloway, Channel 4, the local station.